It is my privilege to speak with one of the International Kinesiology College Personal Development School authors, Pablo. I have a question for you. How long have you been a member of the Personal Development School?
Oh, not so much. I've been here for 2 years, and it has been a real pleasure to be here. Being part of this board, it's the people here wants to do a great job, and that's amazing to be part of this kind of job that can help a lot of people to create courses, put the courses on a place that they were covered, and let them to spread the kinesiology around the world. I like that.
Beautiful. But before kinesiology, you were already a professional physiotherapist.
Yes, I finished my studies in 1977. I'm at a hospital since 1998. Every day is different. So
Beautiful.
Always challenging because you have to be there, you have to be with the clients, and I use kinesiology every day at the hospital.
Wow. So you've been doing kinesiology since 2003?
Yes. I started with Juan Carlos Monge in Barcelona. And since then, I really felt in love with kinesiology because it's an easy way to get involved with the client and help them to get to a better place where I think they want to be. So it's so nice because you can use the muscle test, you can use the points, the reflexes, and they go where they want to go. You only have to be there by their side. So it's an easy way to show how the people can get to an amazing place.
Wow. I understand that the course that you wrote is about the temporomandibular joint.
Yes.
And I understand that that is the largest joint in the body.
Yes.
Tell us more about that. Take it away.
The TMJ, as we call it at a certain way, it's a joint that is in front of the ears at both sides of the head. So it's really close to several important parts of the body. It's in relationship with the neck, it's in relationship with the ears, it's in relationship with the balance system of the body, and it's in really close relationship with the sphenoid, which is in the center of the brain, and it's in relationship with the limbic system. So it affects to the hormones and the eyes. It's not, the TMJ is not only a joint that is situated in here. It's a part of the body who manages the balance, static and dynamic one, who manage how we get with the stress, how can we manage the difficult situations, because it helps us to keep the balance in every state of the body. So if you release the stress from this area, you are doing a job with the entire body and not only the physical body. You can work with the emotional body because emotions are fluids and substances that are moving around the body. So when you release the stress, you are changing the chemical state of the body. So you are doing a balancing here. This is making an effect on all the physical body, okay? You are using your mind to create a new way of life. So it's involving your brain and your mental part. You are managing your emotions during the process, so it will affect your vital body because we are moving the energy inside the meridians, and it will help to increase your levels of energy and to decrease your levels of stress.
Pablo, I have a little story for you. Earlier this year and the end of last year, I went through a very stressful period in my life. And a couple of months ago, I was eating my dinner at night, and the next thing, crack, my tooth broke off. And fortunately, it could be repaired. However, when I went to the dentist, he said to me, "Oh, what have you been doing?" And I went, "What do you mean?" And he said, "You don't usually grind your teeth, and you've been grinding your teeth. Have you had some additional stress?" And I said, "I have." And then he rubbed here and asked me to open and close my jaw. And he said, "This is very tight." And I went, "That could be why my ears are ringing."
Mm-hmm.
And I knew a little bit about the TMJ, and I just went, "Oh, I have to." So now I've got my tongue between my teeth quite a lot to stop me, just to re-educate, stop grinding the teeth. Yes. And so dealing with stress, it's amazing how you do things unconsciously.
Yes. In here, we have these muscles that are the most strength muscles in the body. They can do, I think, a force like 300 kilos of pressure. So if we haven't some pressure sensors in your teeth, they would explode about the pressure that these muscles can do. So if you are in an anger period with a lot of stress, you want to bite anything. Because when we were animals years and years ago, we defeat ourselves biting. So we manage the anger in here. All the anger, all the bad feelings that we have about life and anything that is happening around us, we want to bite them. So we amount all the stress in here. If you don't release it, it will put your muscles stretch and strain. So sometimes a tooth can explode.
Yeah.
Which is a normal part of the process. We need to release this stress to relax these muscles, so the process will change.
So you have a course that's been accredited with the Personal Development School. How is the course developed, and is there theory and practice in the training sessions?
Yes, we like to do it very easier and kinesthetic. We think, my partner and I, her name is Asun Esteve, with I'm writing all my courses, that if you put only theory in your courses, the people will sleep in the courses. So if we mix the theory and the practical, the people will learn so much, because they will put their bodies and the experience of doing the things during the session. So we explain some theoretic area, and then we try to prove how they work. So the students during the courses, they learn how to do it, they do it, and they receive a session for the partner. So when you are doing a course with us, you will get the information, and then you will get the release of the stress on your own system, because we think that it's very important to feel how is going to be the things that will happen inside your client. So if you receive before a session, you will feel like your client could feel during their sessions.
Pablo, I kind of figure there's probably a protocol to follow. Is it easy to learn?
Yes, it's so easy. We have working with doctors, physiotherapists, odontologists, and kinesiologists, that they only do kinesiology in their own clinics. And so we have a very easy protocol separated in different parts. We learned part by part during the course. And at the end of the course, we do the huge protocol to do an entire session as we do in the consulting room, okay? Because you are learning it step by step, it is so easy to learn. And then at the end, because you are practicing the entire session, the students, they can learn and they can practice the entire session in one session. And we have feedback of the students that it's a really, really easy protocol, and it's so easy to manage with the clients, and it's so amazing how they felt after the session.
Wow. Can the technique be performed on anyone?
Yes, this is an amazing question. Thank you. We can do it with little children. We can do it with grandparents, because we only do a stress releasing during a physical protocol, because we use the body, we use the muscle testing, we use the motions to release the stress that is kept in the body, and we use traditional Chinese medicine to use the meridians to increase the energy level in the body. So you are allowed to do that in every person. And we have only one thing to say. If you are working with a little child, it's good to have a close person to work with him as an intermediary, okay? And we do maybe a lighter work, because childhood, they are easier to stress release because their system is more virgin. They have learned less than us. They are more free to do the work than we, that we have been taught how to be, don't do anything, you have to be in this way, okay? So working with children, it's so easy, okay?
Nice, nice. Oh, tell me, is the course online, or is it always, you know, in a classroom and physically hands-on?
At this moment, we have taught it several times, and always face-to-face, because we think if you feel feelings of touching during the session, doing the points, it's easier for us to teach you, and I think it's easier for the students to learn, because if you are in front of a computer with the distance that it manages, I think it's worse to learn.
Yeah.
Maybe you could learn, but you will less the most important part of the course, which is the kinesthetic. If you have the feeling of living it, it's so much better.
The magic of kinesiology is the human touch.
Yes, thank you.
And the interesting thing is that through that touch, the client begins to understand. And it's when we understand that we can take responsibility. Otherwise, we're always asking, physiotherapist, fix me, doctor, fix me, rather than, oh, in the class, I learned to rub points or do whatever, do certain things to release, and I can do that for myself at home. Yeah. It's wonderful to have ongoing work and be responsible for that.
Yes, we love that, because when you see the students at the first time and you see them after the session of the class, and you can release the stress and see how they do in a different way, knowing the new points, how to do that. It's amazing, the changes. So living that, it's a gift from the universe. Staying there, seeing how they can manage the sessions, how they can wrap the points to release the stress, how they can do the work with the emotions to release the bad ones and put another good ones. It's amazing.
Pablo, I love your passion for the work that you do, for the understanding that you have and the sensitivity that you have with the emotions that are involved. You know what? So very often, corrections don't hold because we haven't had the courage to address the emotion.
Yes.
And that's really, really an old-fashioned way to work now. And so to come into the way of addressing the emotion and doing the correction has a long-lasting effect. I look forward to learning more about your work. Thank you so much for coming into this video, for having a little chat about the work that you do. And I look forward to just learning more as you write more courses, present more courses, and have them accredited with the Personal Development School.
We will do that. Yes. Thank you very much for letting me be here. It's I think it's a great place to show the courses for the people to know how teachers are doing the new courses in the PDS. Thank you very much.
Thank you.